Hey guys, let's do 94 today. Let's go over what we used to do. We're going to change a little bit today. We're writing fractions and decimals as percents. This is a very useful skill that you want to make sure that you have. All right, when you get out of 7/6, you have got to be able to mess around with decimals, fractions, percents, and so on. You want to make sure that is out of the way. You don't mess with it anymore. You're going to do more in pre-algebra 1 and 2, but you want to make sure that you are focusing on those classes, on the X's and A's and formulas, and not on this stuff. So you want to have, at the end of the year, you want to make sure that you've got this absolutely down. Now, really quickly, if you ever want to, go to you want to practice in a 14-week schedule to get yourself completely expert in messing with fractions, decimals, percentages, and doing mental math, go to my homeschoolpartners.net website and go to the free math classes and do math tips and tricks. It'll has all kinds of worksheets and answers and keys and all kinds of stuff to help you do that. So, all right, let's go back to this. Change 3/5 to a percent. Change 0.4 to a percent. Well, to a percent, basically, this is how we're going to do it. Percent means, hundreds, right? That's what we're messing with. So you're going to change this to something with 100 as a denominator. Well, you're going to we'll go 5 times what is 100? Oh, 20. So 3 times 20 is 60. This is 60%. 0.4 to a percent. You look at this and go, how do you read this without a 0.4? What's the other way to read that? What fraction is this right here? It's 4/10, right? Okay, well, you're going to go 4/10. Well, what's that as hundredths? Well, the answer is obviously you multiply by 10, so it's 40%, all right? New way we're going to do this. We're just going to multiply by 100%, all right? So we'll change 3/5 to a percent by multiplying by 100%. So let's just take the fraction and we're going to multiply, okay? Now, if they told you, take 3/5 and multiply by 7, you would just go, oh, times 7. And you would just go, well, I'm assuming that's over a 1, of course. If you wanted to write the 1, you could. 3 times 7 is 21. 5 times 1 is 5. You'd go, okay, 4 1/5, whatever. Okay. Now that you're multiplying by 100%, you just go, okay, I'll stick this on the top, 100%. Boom. You can put it over 1 if you want to. All right. 3 times 100 is 300. We'll just keep the percent there. Divided by 5. That's all you got to do. This is just a division problem. I might have mentioned that. Did I mention that? That fractions are division. 30 divided by 5 is 6. Add an extra 0. Keep your percent symbol. Boom. There you go. 60%. Okay. Let's do another one. Change 1/3 to a percent by multiplying by 100%. Well, let's do it. 1/3 times 100%. And then put it over 1 if you want to. 1 times 100. 3 times 1. And then you just do long division, right? 3 goes into 10 3 times. What's left over? 10 times, that'll be 1 left over, right? So there's 1 left over. You drop the 0. That's going to be 3 into 10 again. That's 3. And how much is left over? 1. That's it. So you have 1 over 3. That's your percent. 33 and 1/3%. Okay? Write 1.2 as a percent by multiplying by 100. Pause it right now. You do this yourself. Go ahead and pause it. Okay, well, all you need to do is 1.2 times 100%. Now, really quickly, you got nothing down here at all. Don't sit here and do this long, 100 times 1. Don't do all that. Anytime you multiply anything by 10, you just move the decimal point over 1 time, right? If you multiply some number by 100, you move it over twice. Okay, so just go, there we go, 120%. That's it, all right? And by the way, make sure you use this, okay? Don't go around the rest of the year if it says, 0.37 times 1,000. Just, I'm going to 1,000 times point, I'm going to do this. Don't do that. Just go times 1,000. Okay, fine. It's 10, 100, 1,000. 370. Got it. Next problem. Go. All right? Same thing here. Write 2 1/4 as a percent by multiplying by 100%. Well, you should know what decimal 1/4 is. Piece of cake, right? Okay, well that's 2 point what? 25, right? 1/4 is 25%. Multiply that by 100%. How many times are you going to move over the decimal? Twice. Okay. If you move it over twice, you get 225%. There you go. Now you might wonder, wait a minute, how can anything be 225%? I thought the biggest was 100%. Well, you could say, oh, look at our sales this year were $10 million. Okay? Next year there were $812 million. Hey, we went up by blah, blah percent. Well, that's more than 100%, right? Okay. All right. Another one. Write 2 1/6 as a percent by multiplying by 100%. Okay. Well, this isn't one where you're just going to be able to go, oh, look, it's a decimal, I can do that or whatever. So let's just multiply this by 100%. 2 1/6, 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13. And I'm going to multiply this by 100%. And we just go just like this. 13 times 100 is 1,300. 6 times 1 is 6, and this is all going to be 1%, right? Okay. Well, 6, this is where we just go right into, 6 into 1,300. That's going to be 2, and there'll be 1 left over. 6 into 10 is 1, and there'll be 40 left over. 6 into 40 is 6, and there are 4 left over. 4 over 6, that's the same thing as 2/3, right? So that'll be 216 and 2/3. That's a weird looking 3%. That's all there is to it. Multiply by 100%. Okay. All right. There's a word puzzle. Not a problem. 20 of the 30 people on the bus were reading. What percent of people on the bus were reading? Well, 20 out of 30, that's the same. If you're going to do 20 out of 30, if it's a fraction, that's looking at it the same thing we just did, right? Okay. You might look at this and go, okay, I'm just going to do 20 out of 30. You might go, wait a minute. Wait, this is way easier to mess with. I'm just going to do 2 out of 3. It's the same thing. But fine. Multiply by 100%. All right. There you go. Okay. Well, 2 times 100 is 200. Divide by 3. There you go. If you do the long division or short division, you'll find that it is 66 and 2/3%. There you go. Okay. All right. Let us try your practice problems. Good grief. Now, there are 2 pages of practice problems. Okay, it goes all the way to Q, which I think is like 78 problems, if I remember the number of letters in my alphabet correctly. Anyway, don't stop till you get to Q. We can do one at a time. So go ahead and pause it, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, multiplying by 100%. This is A is one of those you just want to go, boom, 50%, right? Take the decimal, go over twice, bam. All right. B, 6% if you move it over twice. All the decimal ones, if you multiply it by 100%, you can just go over twice and just do it that way. The fractions, go ahead and do the multiply fraction versus fraction. Okay. C, 12.5%. D, 45%. E, 130%. F, 2.5%. All right. G, 9%. H, 125%. All right. I, 62.5%. J, there's where we're getting into fractions. Okay. So 2/3 times 100. You should have got 200 divided by 3. If you do the long division, that is 66 and 2/3%. K, 1/6. You should have got as your problem 100 divided by 6. Now you might have put 16 and 4/6, but go ahead and reduce that fraction to 2/3. All right. L, 12.5%. That's what you should have got. M, 1 1/4. You should have changed that to 5/4. 5 times 100 is 500. Divided by 4 is 125%. N, 2 4/5 is the same thing as 14/5. 14 times 100 divided by 5 is 280%. O, 1 1/3 is 4/3. That's 400 divided by 3, which is 133 and 1/3%. Last two, ready? Okay, if you didn't do the last two, pause it and flip the page and do P and Q. Okay, P, 83rd and 1/3%. You should have got 500 divided by 6 and done it that way. You might have got 2/6, but go ahead and reduce that fraction. Last one, percent of a yard is a foot. Well, it's 1/3, right? So 1/3 times 100 is 100 divided by 3, or 33 and 1/3%. Boom, there you go. Okay. All right. You guys have a great day. Take a rest for a second. Get up. Splash your face with cold water. Then go do your practice set and knock it out of there. Okay. See y'all next time. Bye.